Hey guys, now what I'm going to do here is explain to you the major scale. Now a few of you have expressed distaste in this kind of thing, but I believe that it's very simple. I'm not very clever all the time, so if I can do it, you can do it. It's massively beneficial. You don't need an SYA to be awesome. It just helps. Okay. But if you know pentatonic, you can do the major scale. It is not much more complicated at all. Okay. So quick note before I start is I'm making a lot of videos here on Vanderbilly. I've decided to scale down because you're all getting bored of me, and my song instructionals are out the window now. I'm not doing any more of them. I did plenty. I hope you like them, but I'm kind of finished with that now. I might do the occasional one on YouTube if you really want to go and see, but not on here. So I'm going to stick to what I think helps most, which is theory and playing advice. It's helped me more to actually become a better player. I remember some of my earlier videos where I couldn't play things, and they're the things that I found pretty easy now actually. So I mean, I remember Guns N' Roses, the Out to Get Me thing. I couldn't play the solo in it. I was really struggling to show it to you, but I can do it now pretty easily. Anyway, so major scale. So if you're playing as a prologue here, if you're playing your pentatonic, you understand the concept of a box shape, okay? A pattern of notes which you can move around and play in key. So if I'm playing G minor, that is my box 1 of G minor. Okay, it's just a set of notes, 5 notes which repeat. Okay, same 5 notes, just repeated. So for instance, if I'm in an A, I've got A, C, D, E, and G. And the same thing again, A, C, D, E, G. And they will repeat in different patterns all up the neck, but it's still the same notes. Okay, so if I'm playing a pentatonic box, my minor third is always the second note in that box after the root. Minor third, and there's a 4, then there's a 5th, and the root will come again. Okay, so I know that those notes are always in the same positions after my root, and so that I can play various things the same way anywhere on the neck. Okay, that is all pentatonic is. Most of us know that. Okay, so if you don't know that, obviously go back and learn it, because that's the best place to start, and indeed pretty much the only place to start. But the major scale is the same. Okay, what I can do now is I've been given some fancy video editing software by the Video Magic fairies, and yeah, I can put diagrams on now, so I can do this and show the diagrams at the same time and teach you the boxes of this. Okay, so we're a step up from what we were before. Now, major scale. This time there's 7 notes in the box, but other than that, it's basically the same concept as pentatonic. You learn the box shapes, you move them around into the right key, and there you are. You've got all the notes that you need to solo in a song. You get lots more different sounds out of the major scale. Pentatonic is mainly a rock blues. It's very difficult to get many other sounds out of it. You're always going to sound bluesy. So major scale is where things come in and you can do different feelings and things like that. So box 1 of the major scale will go like this. Okay. Now this is in the G position, so if I'm playing for this example, I'm going to show you it in G. Okay, for no good reason, but it's just one particular. Anyway, whatever. So the fret numbers, okay, if you're playing in G, will be 2, 3, and 5 on the low E string. Let me turn the volume down for a second. The same thing on the A string, 2, 3, 5. and then 2 4 5 on the middle 2 strings, 3 5 on the B string, and 2 3 5 on the high E string. And that's your box 1. It is important to note, whilst we're at this stage, that I'm just pointing out those fret numbers as a point of reference. You have to learn the pattern of that shape, okay, because it moves. Say if I was playing in A, I would play 4 5 7 4 5 7 4 6 7 4 6 7 5 7 4 5 7. It's the same box shape as down here, but it's moved. So don't learn just the box there, just learn the shape, the actual pattern of the notes. Okay, that's very important. That's the first thing to note. Okay, now in the pentatonic box, your root, or pentatonic minor box, your root is the first note in that box. In the major scale, it's the second note in that box. So if my box here is starting on the 2, my root note is the 3. So this time, when you move your box around, if you're playing in G major, you have to put the second note in the scale onto the root rather than the first. Basic as that. So if I was playing in A, I'd put the second note in the box. So this time my box will start on the 4, pentatonic will start on the 5, but this time it's the 4 with a major scale. Okay, so that's box 1. The good thing about major scale is that the every note in the scale now is in that box. Okay, with a pentatonic it's kind of like the key moments. With a major scale they're all there, so if I want to play a third, I literally play the third note after the root. So if my G major chord progression goes to a third, which would be a G, A, B minor, I can play that G, 3 in the box and know that it's a B, and it will sound in key and it will sound good. Okay, that's how you improvise around a chord progression. Now, okay, box 2. Before I run out of time, this time the boxes overlap with the major scale quite a lot. Okay, so box 2, whilst box 1 starts there at the 3, box 2 will also start there. Box 2 goes like this. So this time you go 3 5 7 if you're playing in G, and you do that on the E and the A string. On the D and G string you've got a slightly different one. You've got 4 5 7, and then on the top 2 strings you've got 5 7 8. Okay, so you can see how the pattern overlaps. The first half of the shape is the second half of the first box. So like for instance, these 4 notes here, this little square here, you can see how that is the part from the second box. So they interlock like a jigsaw. And how that helps is because as you're playing them, you can see the first half of the next box, so you never really lose position. It's quite easy to know where you are and which the next box is once you've learnt the shapes. Okay. Okay, so that's box 1 and 2. In the next video I'll show you the rest. Okay, thanks, bye.